Hi guys, today we'll talk about the countries that can grow up. And the first country to talk about will be Greenland. It is a dependent territory of Denmark, and under the Danish law, it has the right to secede if the inhabitants of the island wish it. But at the moment, Greenland is financially dependent on Denmark. This question is purely political, but the mood of the inhabitants is very serious. And from peaceful Denmark we'll move to restless Turkey. There is an East Thrace region here. Today it's part of Turkey, but ethnically the region is rather European. Moreover, once the spot belonged to Greece. The Greek-Turkish issue is very complex, and perhaps this region can serve as the beginning of the conflict. But perhaps East Thrace will declare its independence and everything will be decided peacefully. From today's list, the most unlikely independence is Hawaii. The only reason this could happen is the activity of the Hawaiian sovereignty movement. They base their discontent on historical injustice. Moreover, it's the most remote state, but Hawaii's finances depend on American business. Based on the above, the probability of independence is extremely small, but not equal to zero. From sunny Hawaii we move to Asia, more specifically China. The most difficult question in China is called Hong Kong. First of all, historically this spot went to China only in 1997, but the Chinese authorities do not have full control. Almost every year in Hong Kong there are serious demonstrations for independence. Most likely Great Britain, which owned the territory, doesn't want to have a conflict with China on its continent. But the mood of the people of Hong Kong is very serious. So independent Hong Kong is only a matter of time. Another interesting territory is located on the territory of Russia. It is called Ingria and is located in the European part of the country. Historically, this territory was part of 11 states. Ethnically, Georgians do not consider themselves Russians, but rather Estonians and Finns. Ingria is not happy with the politics of the country and cannot withdraw from its membership due to the forceful suppression of peaceful rallies. In a more civilized Great Britain there are also territories that could become independent. One of these is Scotland. The history of this country is very interesting, and in the Middle Ages it always fought for its independence. In 2014 there was even a referendum on secession from the UK, but only 44.7% of the population voted for independence. The British government doesn't oppress Scots in any way, so the question of independence is rather interesting for dreamers and history buffs. If I tell you Somalia, you'll probably say that such a country already exists. But it is not so. To date, there's no specific border of the country. Part of the territory was separated and named Somaliland. 4 groups are vying for power, and only one of them is recognized by the UN. Because of this, the economy and education in the country are at a catastrophically low level. Merchant ships are suffering from high crime. In the future, perhaps armed conflicts will stop. The country will unite and get one government. Another possible country could be Kurdistan. The only thing this country is based on is ethnicity. Kurds are a people who've always been oppressed on their territory. Today the territory of a possible new country has neither oil nor fertility, but the Kurds are not stopped by the dream of their country, although its economy may be extremely weak. Another interesting country in Asia is Korea. Today we have 2 opposite countries. Now the pros and cons of capitalism against the backdrop of communism are obvious. North Korea is a very poor country with nuclear weapons. On the contrary, South Korea is quite rich. Unification could happen after the collapse of communism in North Korea, but in this case, it will cost South Korea a lot to rebuild one big country.